So when the DNA narrative came out, at first I was like, what is happening? So I didn't take it serious. And I was expecting not to take it serious as well. So the next thing I saw was him going online. He never called me. He never called my husband's mother. He never called any of the family member. He was just going on social media, talking about the DNA as well, going with the whole flow with the public. I was even the one that put a call through chain, like, how are you talking about DNA? What is the problem? What do you want? Blah, 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 because I felt like we used to be close. Although for the death of my husband, there is family feud, but the person that brought us together is dead now. So I expected us to, and I have a child for you. So I put a call through chain, like, Daddy, what is the problem? Blah, blah, blah. It was just talking about property. It wasn't talking about the DNA that I expected him to talk about. The next day, morning, when people were like, the whole DNA narrative from him was on social media. Like, it was literally like entertaining people on social media with the DNA talk. He never said anything to me and any member of the family. But people actually thought he was talking to me about it. I was proving adamants and all of that. But I wasn't saying anything. So it got to a point I had to put something online that this man never came to me to talk about, to ask DNA, blah, blah, blah. It was just online talking and that. He didn't do the needful. So the next thing I saw was a letter from a lawyer to my lawyer that I should bring my child over to him for a DNA testing. And before then, he has gone online to call me so many despicable names. Like, he just said how much he hated me. He has said a whole lot about me. So my lawyer said, this case has really got to a point that he doesn't think this thing can be settled amicably between the families, that we should let the court, be the transparent person in this. So he went to court, and the court sent an application to me to invite me to the court. Instead of him to send it to me, he did not. He posted it on my husband's rented apartment. He posted it on the wall. He took a picture and sent it to blogs. And because so many people do not even know what court order is. If I was not in this mess, I wouldn't have known what court order is. So people were literally cussing me out. Oh, they've given you the court order. Oh, you're on the one. Blah blah blah. Because of the social media. Blah. So the courts begins, and the first lawyer that handled his case, it got to a point. The lawyer left. Why? He sacked this lawyer. I really do not know the reason. Maybe he said the lawyer. I think the lawyer said he was owing him or something. So I think it was about money. Right. The lawyer left. And while all of this was happening, it was always going on, like talking about DNA. So people do not really know what was happening with this DNA saga. But because of the pressure that was given to people that, DNA. So people actually thought, I am the one running for the DNA. So people actually thought I was the one running for the DNA. Like, he has been the one pursuing me for it, pushing for it. But because I wasn't talking. So then another lawyer came again. The lawyer wasted our time for like a year. They were always going to court, coming and going. Since 2023 November. Yes. Like, I'll send you all the evidences. Since 2023 November up to now. So the lawyer, they were always going and coming, adjournments, They might come today and said, okay, they want the court to give them like their own hospital, which is not possible. If you wanted your own hospital, then you should have come to the court. They're always asking so many questions that they know that the court would say no to. So they wasted our time. The next thing we saw him do is he sacked the lawyer again. He said because the lawyer smiled at my lawyer at the court, then he changed the lawyer. While all of this was happening, it was always granting different interviews talking about DNA. And, I didn't do anything to counter him because I just felt like, let me just be the bigger person in this situation. I don't want to act the same way he's acting. Let me just, act like I am different. And that is the same way the whole family has been acting. Like, he has been the only one talking. So he sacked the lawyer too. And, people... and the second lawyer. Why this is happening? He was still talking about DNA in every interviews. Like, DNA. I mean, people are always bashing me, calling my son different, bad names, a bastard, blah, blah, blah. They've even given my son, 100 fathers. What all this was happening? And he was enjoying the whole thing because, the whole thing was bringing attention and all of that. Then, he hired a son as well, son Shitu, Wahab Shitu. He hired him for the DNA saga. When the man saw how the whole thing was going, the man had to back off. The man backed off himself. He didn't even sack this man. He backed off himself because you can see the shady shady stuff from the whole thing. So the man had to back off.
So guys, hope you are taking note of important points. I want us to take note of all important points because this will make the basis for our subsequent discussions. So please concentrate, don't lose focus at all. Concentrate, listen to her carefully because there are lots we are going to be picking out of it, okay? And if you have watched up to this point and you have not subscribed to this channel, then I think this is the right time to click that subscribe button below so that whenever updates like this drops, you'll be among those that's going to actually view it. And then please, if you have not liked this video, kindly do so. Like the video, share the video, and also drop your comment respectfully, and let's discuss in the comment box. All right, let me allow you watch to the end, okay?
Then this is another fourth lawyer, the one he's using presently.
So I spoke with him recently, and he said to me that a court had given an order for the DNA to happen in 3, that you should pick a center. He will pick a center and the court will nominate the center. And he said he is not completely happy with the center you chose. He said it's a cancer center and not a DNA center. And then that the court, according to him as well, he's not completely confident in the courts to choose a center that is going to be fair. So what do you think? Why did you choose a center that doesn't do DNA, according to him?
Well, you know, this is not the first place I said. He has been saying, I think he has got like 3 interviews, if I'm not mistaken. And he has bloggers that has been carrying the rumors as well. So I think this is the best place for me to, you know, make clarity to the whole accusations. So this fourth lawyer that he just employed, when he came, is the first application that he submitted to the courts was that the court should allow them to carry out to DNA hospital, like their own independent DNA.
Yeah.
So the court said no. That if you wanted this, then why do you have to come to court? That cannot work. So they brought another. I don't know this court process. Maybe it's motion or something. That's now that
filed the motion.
Filed another, maybe another motion or something that they would love us to you know, the 3 parties, myself, him and the courts, to pick 3 hospitals, and we would pay. We would pay on an half. Like I would pay for my own. You would pay for his. Then we would split the one for the courts. I wasn't supposed to do that, but just because I just want this whole thing to just go, I said no problem. That we will do it. So the court asked us to bring 3 hospitals each. I brought 3 hospitals. He brought 3 hospitals, and the courts themselves. The courts they are government officials. So we are the one that have problems that wanted them to sort it for us. So when we got to the courts, we submitted the 3 hospitals, and you know the case was adjourned to another date for the court to pick 1 hospital each. Like so, the process is that the court said they would make research on the 3 hospitals, the 36 hospitals that we chose, to see the one that is qualified, that is really qualified to what they want. So the next adjourn, they went to the court. So the court chose 1 hospital out of the one that we chose. The court also chose 1 from theirs, and the court, you know, chose their own independent hospital that they use, because as they said that is the hospital that they use for all their DNAs. I mean the government officials.
Yes, when they have issues.
So, and you know, court gave us the go ahead to do it with the intervention of the welfare officer. The next thing I saw was a report from his blogger, by one of his bloggers online, that I chose that the courts has collide with me to choose a fake hospital. The court also chose a fake hospital, blah blah blah. You know, that I was so mad. Like, what is all this? Like, this is an opportunity for us to get this done. And this is even fair enough, because you have your own hospital to yourself. Like even though you feel like, oh, they'll manipulate it, but this one, you have your own personal hospital to yourself. I have mine to myself. I'm supposed to be the one to be even scared because of so many things, so many shady things that has happened with his lawyers. He has changed 4 lawyers on this case. I mean, this DNA case, not even with the death of my husband. DNA. Just some, even the one that is supposed to be scared, because why are you changing lawyer? I've never changed lawyer all my life. I've been using 1 lawyer since the death of my husband up to now. So the court gave you an hospital. They gave me an hospital, and they also chose their own hospital. The next thing I saw was his blog. His blog just came online to lie that the hospital that I chose said they don't do they don't do a DNA on an embalmed body. Okay, never lied actually, because no DNA can be done on an embalmed body because the body has been injected with a chemical. If I wasn't in this whole mess, I wouldn't have known to. So whenever I see people bashing me and all of that, I don't really blame them because they really do not know. You know, it is what you have experienced that you will know how it is done or what is. So most times whenever I see people bashing me, I don't really blame them because if I was not in this whole mess, I wouldn't have known better as well. So normally a DNA test can never be done on an embalmed body. The only DNA test that can be done on an embalmed body is a tissue-based DNA, where they can use the nail, the teeth, the bone marrow, and the hair. So they actually asked the shady questions at my laboratory, and they got the response that they were supposed to get,
which is that it can't be done.
It cannot be done in an embalmed body. They never asked a well-detailed questions like, can a DNA test be done? Can a tissue-based DNA be done on an embalmed body? So they asked a shady question. They got a shady response. Normally,
that's why they said that your center is not.
So they not add to, you know, because he has been the one talking,
right? And
he knows how to get to the public with emotions,
right?
So you know, and he knows how to talk very well. So you know, you can't tell so many interviews. DNA.
So guys, I haven't watched to the end. Drop your observations. What are those salient points you have picked? What are those points that has been inconsistent with all the interviews she has actually been giving? What are those points that have been inconsistent? What have you actually noticed? Let us know in the comment box and let's discuss about it, okay? And if you have not yet subscribed to this channel, kindly do so that when updates like this drop, you'll be among those that is going to receive it. And then I hope you have not forgotten to like this video. Hope you have not forgotten to share. Kindly do so, and please let's discuss in the comment box. Drop your opinion respectfully, and then see you on subsequent video. Cheers.